Alrighty, guys. A little bit later than I hoped, expected. I actually want to go live approximately half an hour ago, but believe it or not, had some technical issues again. It's it's a never-ending story. My lordy. Feel free to drop everything you want in the chat. Your questions, your comments, everything is welcome. We are looking at BTC USD pair on the 5 minute for the Bybit chart. It looks very messy, but I am going to dive in all the technicals ASAP. Alrighty, let me first take, because this is the one that messes up everything. This is the chart kind of clean. Right now, we had just had New York opening as we speak. Usually, we start off with a failed move before we make the actual move. I have marked some levels for myself. Let me zoom out a little bit on the 12 minute, then it's maybe a little bit more clear. By the way, if the stream is lagging or the sound is lagging, then please also let me know in the chat. Um, this is kind of the day setup for now. I hope everything is a little bit visible. Let me make this a little bit smaller. It is a bit of a cluster where we are in from all the support and resistances that came in. This white line uh, right now is the VWAP. As you can see, we kind of bounced off, and I draw for myself two major lines that could be support and resistance. Well, as you can see, these white lines here from the left bottom, kind of to the right top, they have been support and resistance multiple times, and I usually like to extend them a little bit because something that is support right here, where you see my cursor, that could be resistance a little bit further down the road, and therefore. I just extended that a little bit, but there's also actually another one from the exact same point. As you can see, again, left bottom of my screen, you see that I start drawing two lines. That now also has been support quite a lot of times. I will go to a more simple chart later on. For now, I just want to monitor this New York Open for now. And as you can see, also on the right side of my screen, I have stuff written down as the daily value high. So this is the value node, as you can see. And then the thick blue line is kind of the top. There could be resistance. The middle one is the red line. That is the point of control. That could also be support and resistance. Now we are above, so it is support. And then we have another one, a value area low, which is then against the bottom, which is also support. If we are trading above these areas, then it's been seen as oversold or overbought, of course, depending on the top or the bottom. The top, of course, is oversold, and the bottom. Sorry, the top, of course, is overbought, and the bottom is oversold. And usually, then the price snaps back. This box right here that I've drawn is a golden pocket, a macro golden pocket, and could be a swing failure pattern. So what then could happen is that the price does something like this. It goes up and then suddenly it snaps back and then loses support and it goes lower. Then, of course, we are looking at all the support levels, if they are really support or not. Usually when New York really just opens, then I am not trading for, let's say, the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. Let kind of the news settle in, and then, like I said, you usually see a fake move, and then you see the actual move of Bitcoin. Quickly to the chat, I see Hooper saying, "Hey, dude, are you short from 2140?" Well, as you can see, 21400 is actually the start of our value area high, and we are then getting in the bottom, saying, you know what, this could be a reversal. So far, I do not want to trade it just because this candle just hit it. Like I said, sit on your hands for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. That is usually wiser than the other way around, because like I said, New York sometimes has fake move and then the actual move, and it could be both ways. So who knows, this 21,400 is not for now at the top, but it might be much higher. And then, of course, you are getting right away stopped out or liquidated if you jump in right now. By the way, if you have questions or anything, then just drop them in the chat. Also, I would highly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with other people. And like I said, any comment, just leave them in the chat. For me, so far, I am on the micro time frame, so very short term, quite bullish because we just pumped up from the lows. Also, if we're going over to here, the pre-market, you already saw it actually during the day, 1.5 to 1.6% for the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq. And usually Bitcoin moves along with the traditional stock markets, and therefore, if this starts pumping, then we see BTC also pumping. Let's quickly head over to the real chart for the S&P 500. Then if I'm zooming in on the hourly, you already saw it here on the daily, is green. We do have a gap. We have a ton of gaps lately. These are literally just the places where you don't see anything. So this is a gap. This is a gap. This is a gap. And for BTC, they usually get filled. For the stock market, to be honest, I don't really know. I think they're kind of getting filled. To be honest, this candle right now is filling this gap. So in that sense, you could say, you know what, the gaps are now getting filled if we're going higher. But if you're looking on the bigger time frames, then we're seeing that we were just so extremely oversold to the tits that at some point we're gonna have a bounce sooner or later. And now also we are, looks like we are printing a green dot here. Is this the bottom? Absolutely not. I do not think so at all. As long as the central banks keep on rising the interest rates, then I think there will be more downside for stocks, commodity, and also therefore for crypto. But if we are going to another chart of BTC, one that is a little bit more simplified, then we are seeing, so no fancy indicators. I just draw here a macro VIP level. Then you can see that we exactly bounce here during the weekend on that 78.6 of the VIP retracement. And the weekly RSI went as low as 26, so pretty much oversold. And looking back in the past, we have not really seen such a low number. We have seen kind of in the 20s. Here was 29. Let me see. This was 28. So yeah, I think so far this is kind of the lowest RSI on the weekly ever measured, and now we're kind of bouncing off. To be honest, guys, we're also pretty much due for a bounce. If you just see how many weekly red candles we printed, absolutely brutal. There's this tiny green wick right here when we were hitting the golden pocket, but eventually we also just cut through, and now we are lower. Again, is this the bottom? I have no idea. I'm not in this game of guessing tops and bottoms, but what I do find more interesting is, do we make something like a bottom structure at a certain level, and then from there on we go further. Matter of fact, let me quickly show you guys something. I once made a video, so I actually would advise you to watch this video after the live stream, where I explain in 20 minutes possible bottoms and possible tops. Let's see what YouTube finds. I do see here, by the way, a little bit that my stream is actually here is lagging a little bit. Let me get this out of the way real fast. Oh. One second, guys. I'm just want to show you exactly what I mean. So here you see a video, BTC bottom, when and where. It is 24 minutes, and I can't actually believe that I only had 19 views, because in 20 minutes I'm going to show you exactly what could be possible bottoms and tops, and how long this bear market could take, and what then kind of what's kind of we can expect for the rest of the year with the different measurement tools that we're using. So it's quite interesting. So definitely check that out. BTC bottom, when and where. Just follow me on YouTube, subscribe, and also click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss the updates. And I would say from all the videos that I posted lately, this one, BTC bottom, when and where, is by far the most important. All right, sorry, let's quickly head back to the chart. Of course, we said we were quite oversold to the tits. We broke the high of 2017. As you can see here, I made a yellow line. Now we are trading above again. Let's quickly head over to the daily, because that's actually a little bit more where the party is. We had this major drop in the weekend, and we also kind of bounced off again. So the CME gap that was there was closed right away, so that was nice. We still have some other CME gaps open. Matter of fact, let me pull those on the chart, and then I will open them up for you. So this green, so the price is going lower. You know what? Let me make this a bit bigger for you guys. So this green is there's a CME gap to the upside, right? So the price is going lower, and then we're bouncing back up, and then this is then now filled, and therefore the CME gap here is green. There's also other places where we still have CME gaps open. Yo, Wave Cipher, welcome, dude. Sorry that I spammed your Discord, but I need to have some views, man. Here we also have a CME gap here around that, what is it, 29 to 26 ish, which has not been filled yet. Usually, the bigger these gaps, the higher the likelihood that we are going to fill them. Would actually be a tremendous bounce from here. All the way up is 35%. That will be quite big. And we still have some other CME gaps open. Let me quickly see if I have. Yeah, so no, this one is filled. This one is not filled. I have been rattling on my YouTube channel already multiple times about this. This is then 36-ish to 34,000, which is still untapped. So I think we at some point also need to fill that CME gap. Okay, let's zoom in here on the hourly. Like I said, this is the more simplified chart, and there you can see that we're actually a little bit in a channel, and this so far hold off pretty good. To be honest, it looks a little bit weak in the sense of that we have one touch point here. This is number 2. This is number 3. This is number 4, and now you have number 5 on the bottom. On the top, we have 1. This one is like, not really. And this is actually then number 2. In other words, we are spending more time here on the bottom of this channel than at the top. And that for me looks a little bit weak. I wouldn't say bearish because we're going up, but it looks a little bit weak. But so far it looks good. Oh, we're pumping. Okay, let's move over more to the daily chart. There we can see, bam, baby, in our box right now. If I am very quiet, then I'm putting in a trade myself, but so far not really. RSI's pinching together. Okay, this looks good. We are here on the 10 minutes. New York is going higher. Let's quickly head over to the S&P. Let's also zoom here on the 15 minute. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's take the 5 minute. Then we have a little bit more accurate data. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, this looks pretty good. We have for the S&P, the RSI's being tied together. We have a momentum wave going higher, money flow not really coming up, and we have a VWAP that is going a little bit lower. Nothing set yet, but so far it looks good. I actually think that we're going, or I hope a little bit that we are going to close the day in green. Top to bottom was now a peak of 2%. A little bit zigzag is totally okay, but I just don't want to see us to completely retrace this. Yesterday, of course, the markets were closed in the United States. There was a national holiday, and today everything is open again. So also for the trading for B2C, had a few scalps, nothing major, but yeah, it was pretty quiet trading day. Yeah, this so far looks good. Head over back to BTC USD 10 minute here on the Bybit. We are right now above the daily value area high. This looks good. That means also that actually on just a volume note here, we're a little bit oversold. I am going to extend this, that we have the latest data in there. Yeah, stays the same. Value area high right here at, what is this? 21,400. 21,400. I also, Hooper just said it in the chat, 21,400. If we hold it, it looks good, to be honest. 10-minute money flow, says Wave Cipher. Yeah, it looks pretty good, actually. It's thick. It's not really curving down. It looks thick. It looks pretty good. And if these RSIs are pointing together like this, then usually that's a good sign. That is that they're gaining strength. Momentum wave looks good. Money flow looks good. VWAP looks good. So actually on the 10 minute, this looks super strong right now. I'm thinking, shall I go long or not? I don't know. Ah, damn it. You know what it is, guys? I have been watching this chart. We were going lower. We were breaking here. The point of control, the red line. And then we were going a little bit lower. I was like, you know what? I actually don't want to put in a short because we have the VWAP right here. Let me put the VWAP in and out a few times so you can see which one it is. This is the VWAP. And then we were hitting it, and then we were going above, but it also had the trend lines. Like, man, this is really just a bit of a cluster of support and resistance. We could do anything in here. If we're breaking lower, then I really see a quick sweep to the downside. But if we're going higher, then we have the support and resistance that we're just bouncing in. And you can see, actually, if I would have taken a trade and just had a little bit of patience, then I would have now have made a nice trade. But again, we are within the first 15 to 20 minutes. That means anything can happen. We could still be in the false move of Wall Street. So save yourself, please, the terror, and just wait a little bit before you open up a trade. Let me quickly head over to the 5 minute. What can we see here? RSIs also beautifully pinched together. If this is, by the way, not visible, then definitely tell me. Then I will adjust something on my screen. Look at this. RSIs pinching together. This is a bit weird. We have the VWAP going lower and the money flow is flat. Freaking flat. This is weird. I would say it could go either way. Here, really curving down. Then we went lower, a little bit green, lower, a little bit green. This is weird. I don't know. I don't trust this. This is weird. I have been seeing bullish and bearish divergences on these momentum waves, these blue waves, so many times. And if the money flow is not there, it is just doesn't play out. It just doesn't play out. And if this money flow doesn't come up, I am not trusting this pump. No, I am not going long. I am not going long. No. Let this play out. This money flow actually for me tells the story. I know Waves Cipher just said 10-minute looks good. 5 move over to the 6-minute. 6-minute also to the prior hours. The RSIs are pinching together. 7-minute. Also kind of weird. We bounce off the zero line for the money flow. Look at this. Look at this. Bounce off the zero line for the money flow. VWAP higher, lower. Not really moving the price on this VWAP. This looks weird. And then we're having our size pinch together here on the top. I mean, while we're going down, that is weak in itself. Money flow going lower, VWAP going higher. This is confusing. Let's move to Hooper says one money flow is getting ultra thick. Yeah. See what you mean. Oh, yeah. There is. That could be the start of the real move. We are right now playing with the daily value area high. That's right here. This white line. I always make one for myself in this case, when you have a 1-minute chart that is not on there, because then sometimes it doesn't load. So let's wait if the screen now loads. Actually, doesn't really matter. If also just zooming in. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So you see, actually, that's why I draw there the also the yellow line. Value area high. We are kind of now volume node overbought, but we have this this moving average here in the screen. This is moving average number 5 on the market Cipher A indicator. I like this one a lot. It works a lot as support and resistance. And you can see that the value area high right now is as a support at the same time as the moving average is coming in. VWAP still kind of low. So if we would break lower, I would be looking at the daily point of control. If we would break that, then the VWAP. So daily point of control is 1.6%. All right, let's see. Wall Street might not be done with the quote-unquote fake move before we're taking the actual move. Wave Cipher says 10-minute, 12-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. It says higher. That 4-hour curve, baby, plus the daily divergence on the SPX. So that's the the S&P 500. But you are right. Some time frames look weird. Let's see what you mean on the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean on the 4 hour actually here for the S&P looks kind of good. I mean we had a bit of a rejection here from the zero line for the money flow. That is a bit of a bummer. So far, this money flow now looks like it wants to curve up. Momentum wave is higher, but we are not making a lower how do you call it? A lower high of lower low, higher low. Sorry, higher low here on the momentum wave. So actually not really clear. Or you could say here, of course, you have this divergence. Let me see. I think you mean this one, dude. Yeah, then of course you have a nice divergence. Also on this one, you have a nice divergence. You have to go back then all the way to January. But actually, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you know what? In a lot of videos, I also said that these pumps up are usually used to be sold off to. We have seen that now for the last few weeks, over and over and over again, where we're actually just dumping down. Some indicators are getting oversold, an RSI or MACD or whatever. And then you see a little bit of a relief rally. Those relief rallies can be quite severe, and that's then being used to cover the positions, and then we're just going lower and making a new low compared to the last one, and then we're pumping up again. This is then the resistance, perfectly resistance that we already draw weeks ago. As you can see, when did we start drawing this? It was somewhere here in March, and you can see that now it's also perfect resistance. So yeah, and now we went higher and bounced off that resistance after a few days. I remember this because I was a few days in planes in Miami and traveling, and I don't know what, and the market did nothing for 2 or 3 days, so that was absolutely perfect. How high could we go for now? If you're just looking at the S&P, this actually could be a nice level right here. That is the 3,813-ish. That actually would be a good level if we are if we would bounce off from there. And then we also had a pretty recent bounce from the top. That is actually it's not so much, 4%. If we were to break that, then I would go one level higher. Then I would take this one. That is just let's make it 3,900. 3,900 is then the next one. That actually maybe makes percentage-wise a little bit more sense from here. So that will be a 6% move up, and then we could maybe drop down again another 10 or 15%. Wavesaver says, sorry, I actually meant 4 hour on BTC. Let's quickly check what you mean. Actually, yeah, you're right. If we are just looking at the indicator, wow. Yeah, actually, you're right. I mean, look at this money flow just curving back up. That looks beautiful. And this, of course, is a little bit bullish that this one is higher. And this now momentum wave is just skyrocketing up. Just one thing, Wave Cipher, that I'm seeing right now is that these RSIs are pretty much split, signaling that we might miss a little bit of strength. For the volume, so volume-wise, not so impressed, to be honest. You can see the volume right here where I now have my cursor. We are kind of missing that pumping volume, so it might be a little bit of a relief rally, resetting again some of these indicators before we are going higher. This looks good. This is BTC. Let's here check BTC on the 4 hourly. RSI nicely recovered. This is, by the way, also something that I find so tricky, which I have mentioned already 100 times, and I will never get tired enough of keep mentioning this. That is that this RSI is very much oversold here, and just because it's oversold doesn't mean we're pumping up. Eventually, we are going a little bit higher. You see that the RSI is going to a more neutral level, and then we are dumping down, making a. And then you're seeing again that the RSI here is a little bit oversold, and now finally we are going higher. So just because the RSI here is very much oversold, it doesn't mean that we are right away start pumping higher and that is a buy signal. I have seen a few retards on YouTube and Twitter doing this, and most of the time they got wrecked because you can still have these major wicks down so far. Let's quickly head over again to our micro time frame. Let's see what New York is doing to us. It looks pretty good. Let's extend this a little bit so we can see. Not yet into the golden pocket. Look at the money flow. There's just no money flow. It's at the freaking zero line. This concerns me actually. Unlike the bearish side. I'm afraid that we might get it dumped down if once we start getting into this golden pocket that you can see right here. Those are the two lines. This is our golden pocket right here between 21,650 and 21,850 ish. That is our golden pocket. We are half an hour in. I think that if Wall Street wanted to do a fake move, that let's quickly see if we have something of a bearish divergence popping up on the other time frames. That could be our confirmation that we are might going lower. On the 6 minutes, no, this momentum wave is higher. I usually like to use the momentum waves to look for bearish divergence. Yeah, this momentum wave just kind of knocked off the top of the previous ones. This one kind of the same. Let's see the 10 minutes. Yeah, we could have a bearish divergence on the 10 minutes. I know, Wave Cipher, that you like the money flow, but look at this. We could have this momentum wave, the price making a high and this momentum wave making a lower high. That would maybe signal a nice reversal move to the downside. If that happens, then of course I am looking out first for the daily value high. I think it will be broken quite fast. Then the point of control, which also coincides with yesterday's high. We have the VWAP then most likely coming in at the same point. Again, I will turn it on and off a few times so you can see what the VWAP is. And once we start going south, then it most likely will be around that area. And it might also be here on this white diagonal drawing, which actually, to be honest, is just the same here as this channel right here. Is just the bottom line. But I also like to put it on this chart. I know that it looks a bit like a fair and a lot of colors. It might be a little bit busy. If so, then definitely let me know. Let me see this. So far, we are pumping. Let's see if 12 minutes. Then also, by the way, the dollar index must be dumping at the moment. Are we doing that? The daily at least is low. Let's zoom in on the 5 minute. At least oranges with oranges. Let me see. What do we have? We might need to cool off here a little bit on the dollar index. We had some crazy price action when it comes down to volatility, more volatility than usually. That is interesting, of course. I definitely also do not think 105, but we had a talk from a few years ago at 120. And it would also be my target for the next couple months, 120 on dollar index. Making a bit of an M pattern right now. It would break lower. Let's quickly do a measured target. I don't know if this really would work on the dollar index, but oh well, a chart is a chart, shall we say. Then we would go lower to approximately 104.07 for this. So that is another drop down of, there's not a lot actually, 0.15%. Okay, so the dollar index is dumping, therefore BTC is pumping, and we have our S&P 500 that is pumping up right now. A bit of a relief rally, as we just said. No confirmation yet that we would. This might be just a little bit now the bottom of a wick before we are going higher. Wait with your trades until you get the real confirmation. Quickly head over to the chat. Hooper says shorts are get. Yeah, I think a lot of people are constantly saying we're going lower, we're going lower, we're going lower, and then kind of at some point you're getting that relief rally and it just doesn't happen. And then as we are going higher, let me get the simplified BTC chart. We are going higher, and then first we filled the CME gap and I said, all right, we're going to roll over after we here reach the top of 2017 right here, this yellow line, that's approximately 19,900. We are going to roll over. That doesn't happen. We are kind of grinding under. Okay, we are going to break it again, and then we're rolling over. Nope, going higher again, and then this could be one of those face ripping pumps up. I'm not saying that that this is the case, but it could be. And what you then suddenly see is that the price is just pumping. Also during the weekend, whatever bad news is coming out, price just pumping, 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 and everyone's like, "Holy crap, we're in a new bull run!" And then suddenly, full shit, 30% down on a day. You get this major dump down, and then everyone is bearish again, and then we're going to zigzag. But what we're actually doing on the macro time frame when something like that happens is that we are establishing a major trading range for the next couple months where we can have pumps up and down from 20, 30, 40%. So we have seen that in the past. I have been in this market already since 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So we can see definitely those major then relief rallies. Wave Cipher knows that I have been saying this already so many times, is that the price goes higher than you think and lower than you expect. Higher than you think, lower than you expect. I did not think a week ago when we're approximately at 30K, oh, we're going to hit 20K next week. I really didn't think so. But yet here we are, and we even broke it and went as low as 18,000. And before you know it, now we are at 21,500, which is percentage-wise quite the pump up. We already talked about 20%. Well, if you catch that bomb during the weekend, you're still in your trade. Happy days. Congratulations. Don't forget to take some profit. All right, quickly head over back to the chat. Wave Cipher is saying, okay, the 40 hours, we just looked at that. All those time frames look good on BTC. We have daily div on the S&P 500. That's what I meant. He says the S&P 500 4 hours not that great. Yeah, that's just what I said. RSI is good call. Don't jump in front of a running train. Absolutely, that's just what I need to say. Thank you so much. But being bullish, control zone on 4 hours is nice. Also hasn't checked that. Yeah, it's possible. We are currently at the 4 hour 50 AMA. So I think if we reject, we go down. But if we can break it and we hold, it should be good. We need to follow the money. And we just got a bounce of the 78.6, general retest to 61.8. What do you think, Ray? Let me check. We just, we are right now, or we just bounced off that 61.8. So that is the golden pocket here on the macro. I think it's better if I maybe zoom out quickly on the 30-minute, then I have the whole FIP on there. So the FIP is then calculated. We're even going to zoom out a little bit further. Let's do the hourly. So the FIP is calculated from this point, which is then the 24,150-ish. And then going all the way here to the wick low. So then, of course, the question is with the FIB retracement, how much of the move are we regaining again what we just gave up? So the move is down, so much are we regaining, and now we are in that golden pocket area where we are going higher. Usually, this gives some kind of a reaction, some kind of a move. And since this is a pretty big FIB retracement on such a big time frame, in here, then usually you will see a move to one side or the other. Of course, if we are bouncing, if we are breaking through, then you want to see that A, with volume, and B, if that happens, a retest of that area would be preferred. So something like this, breaking out and just doing something like this, that actually would be nice. To be honest, I am not gambling on it yet, because the next level would then be that 78.6, that is the 22,765, quite a lot from here. When we bounce from 17, Wave Cipher, what do you mean with that? When we bounce from 17,000, you mean, or? Let me know what you mean in the chat. When we bounce from 17 with the FIB retracement. I think we didn't hit 17K, no? Let me see. Uh, 17,600. I think that might be the one that you meant. Wave Cipher, what you mean in there. Let's quickly head over back to New York, because that is usually leading on what we can see. Before we do, quick one note again, we have here an SFP, so this is a swing failure pattern. That is usually when the price is pumping up, doing this, and then just dumping down very hard. But now it looks like we are kind of creating a top. So no swing failure pattern so far. I mean, this could still suddenly pump up and then go lower, but not really that big fake out that we were maybe hoping for. Yeah, like, okay, Wayside says, yeah, I like where we were bottom. That was the 78.6. Absolutely. That was on a macro. That's what showed. So let's go to the simplified chart. You can see here indeed that gray line, and then it ends up here at a 78.6. So that's exactly on that fit retracement. Now we're retesting 61.8. What do I think? I think that we eventually going to close the day in the green. I have been losing a lot of money by trying to trade against the daily trend. So the daily trend. So if we are, and I feel like the first 12 hours are the most determined, and you could almost say, well, Ray, why don't you then say 16 or 18? Because that's a lot of time. But the first 12 hours to let's say 14 hours are the most determined. Why? Then you have Asia, you had Europe most of the day already, and you have the start of New York. And something in Europe can be green, like the stock markets, but New York can push it into the red, and the other way around. And usually, when you have that, then you have most certain the move of the day. So since we are in the green now already for the entire day here on BTC, it is a little bit easier to put in longs for the day instead of shorts. If you do a short, of course, stick with your nose against the screen because this might pump up. But if you are putting in longs, that usually saves you a lot of headaches. It's something that I have noticed on the hard way. So the question to answer your question, Wave Cipher, do I think we are going to go lower, or what do you think at 61.8? I would not mind if we now going lower. It looks like that we want to go lower since we just had the fake move of New York, and the fake move usually is the first one, and then we get the actual move, but also the other way around. We're going low and then we're going higher. So something that I could see for right now is we hit the 61.8 till the freaking dollar. Look at this. Let me zoom in. Till the freaking dollar. Absolutely insane. And we have that. So we have that box that we draw out. Is that now we are going lower, and then maybe start retesting some of these levels. Let's say that we are holding all of this, that we are then going higher and eventually close the day in the green somewhere. So that will be actually the most important. Let me see. What is my man saying? I meant the golden pocket at 28K. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yes, at some point we will fill it. Do I think in the next week? I would almost say no, but I have learned never say never with crypto. And again, we go higher than you think, lower than you expect. So it's I would not be surprised. Matter of fact, you know what? Actually, let me put this one up again. This tool is from Traders Reality. Definitely check that out. If you just go here to the toolbar, and you type in Traders Reality, you're getting this one. It has a lot of likes. This is the one you need to have, and it works with so-called vector candles, meaning that if it's red, usually the price goes back up to fill those candles, and then we are going lower. Also here, green, the exact same. We having this called then a green factor candle, and then the price moves down again, as you can see, to fill that factor candle. And then we still have this big move that is not really filled. 34 here until let's say 29. Yes, we had some candles up, but not really filled. So that would make sense. Here we have another one that is unfilled. So that's kind of how it works. So to answer your question, Wave Cipher, would we go to the golden pocket? Yes, actually it would make sense. Matter of fact, let me see just for fun if we are kind of taking the bottom to the golden pocket. That's a 50% pump up. Fill those vector candles and then go lower again, maybe tricking a lot of people into longs would not surprise me. You know what actually be a bigger mindfuck? If let's say we were pumping up, filling those vector candles go into the golden market. Yeah, we have the almighty 29K. I have been naming this already for 2 weeks long, because that was a very, very important bottom at the top. Sorry, in the past. I'm not going to go over this again. Then just look at the daily videos. But you can see that we have been trading at and around those almighty 29K for many, many days. At a certain point, said, let's freaking get over it, rip the bandage off, and let's just go and dump lower. And eventually, also that happened. Almost clockwork, because I think I said somewhere here in the middle, well, we might have another week in this range, and exactly 1 week later we started dumping down. So that was absolutely perfect. What a call. But if we would pump up higher, tricking a lot of people that we reclaimed the golden pocket, reclaimed the 29K, then a lot of people would say, my God, pump 50% up. Look at it. We are back into a bull market territory. And then 1 or 2 days later, fooled you, and then just going lower. And eventually, within then 1, 2, 3 weeks later, making a new low. That could be one of the scenarios, because the markets are designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, the most amount of time. So that that actually would make sense. But of course, to this to play out, it takes some time. In that very important video that I mentioned earlier, that I really, really want to urge you to watch, BTC bottom when and where, I made a quote saying BTC is sometimes as a kid. It just follows the dollar index or the S&P. It listens too much to other people. It doesn't really have an own mind of itself, and it just kind of reacts to other markets. So this scenario could be not playing out if we soon again see the markets going down south. So then again, the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq and whoa, holy macaroni. I want to say then those markets are leading indicators, and then I think BTC would absolutely follow in that moment. And then, of course, the dollar index also needs to go lower again. This is interesting. Okay, sorry, this is interesting. Dollar index pumping up. S&P on the 5 minute. Oh, sorry, let's take the 5 minutes as well. Oranges and oranges, Ray. S&P 5 dollar index 5 minute pumping up. 5 minute. We now also see that we're going a little bit higher. This is weird. I do have to say that I do have seen some time to time some decoupling with the dollar index and Bitcoin on the macro. Not really, but there have been 1 or 2 days where we just completely took a different direction than the dollar index. So usually we are contra. So here we've seen the dollar index going down. So this was on the 21st of June. Dollar index is going down, and then let's take also the 21st of June here. Where is that? Oh, here. 21st of June, and there you're seeing that Bitcoin is going up, which is pretty... Bitcoin is going sideways, and dollar index is going down. And when the dollar index is going down, you would say BTC needs to go up here again. So that was a little bit weird. I mean, it's not really clockwork, but in general, you could say when the dollar index is pumping, BTC is dumping, and the other way around. Looks like right now, daily value high is holding as support. Wait, Cipher, for joining, my man. Let's soon do a collab again. Both. The market not really showing his true face. If we are holding this, let's say we are starting to print green dots again on the minute. I think I will maybe put in on. We are a little bit overbought on the volume notes. Not really clear direction yet. Show me your true face. Come on. What are you going to do? S&P going sideways in the last few 5 minute candles. Dollar index popping up a little bit in the last few 5 minute candles. I think we could say that BTC is fighting. We are fighting / going sideways in the last 5 minute candles. Let's look at that 10 minutes. Do we already have a bearish divergence on the 10 minutes? Not a green dot yet, but it looks like we might make one. Money flow, not really coming down. RSI's coming down. VWAP coming down. I want to see that money flow coming down. If the money flow is coming down too, we are starting creating red dots. And we are also losing this daily value high, then I might get into a short. If we hold this daily value high, the money flow stays thick, green light. That's what we're looking at right now. Let's see. All right. Something else I quickly want to show you guys. When you are trading in a channel like this, let me take this out. Sorry. When you're trading in a channel like this, the center line right here sometimes acts as support and resistance. So if we are going higher, then that support and resistance will come in. 21,800. Is that also not the top of our box? Boom, 21,800-ish. This actually would be nice for reversal. Let's say BTC pumps up one more time. We're going higher to maybe this trend line right here that I just drawn for the 10 minutes and then going lower. Then we had a fill here of the box that I draw as support and resistance. We went into the golden pocket and we are creating a bearish divergence on the 10 minutes. That could be our call for a short position. That could be our call for a short. Let's see, what is that to the value? That will be 1.5%. I'll take it. 1.5%, I'll take it. That will be a nice trade. But now we are not super clear that I would say go higher, go lower. I want to see more confirmation. Let's see on the 6 minute, do we have already any confirmation yet? No, money flow a little bit in the green, still not thick. I mean, look at this. It's nothing compared to the prior hours that we had earlier today. This money flow, not really thick. Yes, VWAP going a little bit higher. Momentum is coming low. This is confusing. 6 minute doesn't tell us what we want to see. Volume is quite dropping. Look at this. Look at this volume. Look at this. Almost that. It's like the market is waiting. It's like the market is waiting to see what are going to do, and therefore we are going to choose a direction. Still, S&P 500 going sideways. Let's let's quickly look at the Nasdaq. Sometimes we do see a some leading price action on the Nasdaq before BTC is choosing a direction. I think this is the one. Woo! Let's go, baby. Beautiful pump up, 3% now for the Nasdaq, leaving quite the gap, but this actually looks good. Also on the 5 minute, maybe the 5 minute needs a curve a little bit, but look at these RSIs, man. The RSIs look tight together. There's more room to the upside. Money flow is just thick, so that so far looks good. VWAP was extremely high, going a little bit lower. Maybe get it like an inwards curve. That would be nice. Then there is more room to the upside for the Nasdaq. So far, this looks good. Sean says 21.8 was a value high of previous range 2. Let me see what you mean, Sean. Is that from the previous day by any chance? No. I don't think so. No. Could not be, because yesterday went not as high. Let me know what you mean, Sean, on the 28th. It's not on this macro. It's not on this macro. Okay, so Sean, let me know what you mean in chat. Let's say you are 100% right. That would be nice. Then we have more confluence and more reason to maybe enter a short once we hit it. Look at this. Look at this. We hit the 61.8 to the dollar, going lower. The value area high is now support, and now you see that we are slowly creeping higher. On the bear side, this looks good. What you want to see is when you have red candles like this, who are thick and then just dump down, and then you're having 3 green candles. And look at this, we are now in the third green candle. We are approximately halfway of the move that we just went down. In other words, on the micro, this is what we call price action, where the bears are just with 2 candles dump the price lower. And then we need multiple candles on the 5 minutes to kind of regain that price action to the upside again. Just before that, of course, these green candles were super bullish. I mean, you only need 3 candles to go all the way up, and now we have then these 2 candles to undo this part right here. The green candle just now turned red, so this looks bearish. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how deep this red candle is going to be, or are we going to bounce back up again? RSI still clustered together. Usually they stay here a little bit before we are moving to the downside. Money flow, flat. Where is the money flow? Nothing. Doesn't say us anything right here. No confirmation yet. Let's see how this goes. Wave Cipher says, look at the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour. Whoa, 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 whoa. See what you mean. See what you mean. Yeah, this looks bullish. Look at this. Money flow curving back. We have the VWAP going higher. We have the RSIs pinched together, pointing upwards. We just printed a green dot here on the 1 hour. This looks bullish. No question about it. Matter of fact, if you would only give me this time frame and you would say, Ray, choose, are we going higher or lower? Then, of course, I need to say higher. But these other time frames, I don't know, man. I don't know. They look wicky. 4 hours so far kind of looks okay. Let's do the 30 minutes. Let's just zoom this down a little bit. Yeah, this could be a bearish divergence as well on the 30 minutes. RSIs are powerful to the upside. Money flow looks good. VWAP looks good. If the money flow would come down on the 30 minute a little bit further, good reason to go short. Also, this could be bearish divergence. Yeah, so actually, let's say 30 minutes and lower. Then we could say this is setting up bearish. And you know what to say? Sometimes the small time frames are bleeding over to the bigger time frames. So what you then see is, let's say, a bearish divergence on, let's say, the 3 minutes, 6 minutes, maybe the 12 minutes. You're like, bam, let's pull the trigger. Let's go short. You are then going short, and then the price is moving lower, 1 or 2 or 3%. You're taking your profit. Price goes back up a little bit. Then we're going down again, retesting that bottom, and then you look behind you like, oh man, already a few hours have been passed. And then on the bigger time frames, you're also seeing that those bigger time frames are curving down, and that is usually when you see more power, more volume behind the moves. But that could be sometimes then that you're 1 or 2 days further before we are really making that move. But that's what I mean with smaller time frames can bleed over to the bigger time frames. Not always the case. And yes, bigger time frames are more powerful than smaller time frames. So if everything, let's say 4 hours, 8 hour, 12 hour, daily, 2 day, weekly, all saying we're going to the moon, 100K, yippee-ki-yay, then you don't want to be in a short for a long time. If you then shorting on a 5-minute chart, that means you're in your trade for, let's say, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. That's it. Then you're out, because all the higher time frames will prevail. They will push the price higher if everything says we're going higher and you're going short on a small time frame. Again, trend is friend till the end. So keep that in mind. Let's quickly go back to the 5 minute. Momentum wave is going a little bit lower. Money flow is still not saying anything. Like, you know, would say from Trader Reality, come on, Bitcoin, make your move. Make your move. Man, come on. We have been here now for an hour. Show us what you want. Also, NASDAQ is still making a little bit higher dollar index. Let me see. It's also going higher than BTC. Would in theory go a little bit down? Yeah, not really. I mean, this price action is not as strong as you would think. Approximately 1% now. 1%. Let's see. We have another less than 3 minutes before this 30-minute close. Underneath, yeah, you know what, guys? We have quite the support underneath us. that I would be surprised if we would give it up all. Yes, just solely based on this indicator, which is overbought right now. The high here, a moving average from the Mark indicator with the VWAP. Let me name the levels because that's a little bit more clear. So we have the data, which is approximately at 21,330. We have the yesterday high and the point of control both here at 21,065-ish. Then we're having a VWAP coming in and approximately 21,000. And then I have this trend line that I draw myself. That, of course, depending on when we're going to test it, is approximately also that 21,000-ish. So that is quite the levels. That will be 2.5% down if we were to trace it. Yeah, it could be. You know what? Let's also pull a fib. Let's say this was the top, and this is our bottom. And do we have any confluence right now? If we would go lower, then I would say, unfortunately, doesn't hit any other level. But then we have a golden pocket here at 21,100 to 21,137-ish. You can see that it also coincides with these candles right here. So on a micro, if you're day trading, this can be interesting. If we are dropping lower and we do something like this, that's nice. If we somehow find the strength to go higher again, then I actually want to see, of course, that we might tap higher, let's say 21,700, 21,800, with maybe some volume and then really a swing failure pattern. So really like this, and then bam, going lower. That would be nice. That would be nice. Aaron, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining in. Everybody, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do so. My target is to go to 100 subs at the end of the month. Don't know if we're gonna make it, but it would be very nice. 100 subs at the end of the month. Come on, people, share this video with your friends, with your nephew of 5, with your grandma. I don't know who. You gotta go to the 100 subs. Let's freaking go. Yeah, also definitely check out the other content on the channel. I just said it earlier. If you zoomed in, or if you checked in a little bit later, one video that I want to advise you to BTC bottom, when and where. It's a bit more than 20 minutes, but it shows you all kinds of calculation methods of where possible bottoms could be and how long this bear market could take. So it's quite an interesting video. Definitely check that out. In the meantime, we're seeing that it looks like the Nasdaq is topping out, baby, because you know what they say, if we're not going higher, then we're going lower. So looks like we're having trouble to make a new high. Let me zoom out a little bit. Do we have any resistance on this point? Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, we also have some nasty gaps here, as you can see. Nasty gaps here. Let me see. What is this? Yeah, this is just in 12 minutes. Some peaks. Yeah. If we are going lower for the Nasdaq, then actually this would be a nice level to do it. This would be a nice level for a bounce, and then just end the day in the green. There will be 11,526. You can see the confluence in the chart, how this has been resistance multiple times over and over again. And now you can see we went higher. We even then went lower to retest it. Now we're bouncing off and going higher again. So now it should be support. Let's see. That would actually be nice. What are we doing on the dollar index? Still going a little bit sideways. Make your move. Make your move. Let's go. What are we doing here? Oil. Let's look at oil. Oil, 1.5% up. Looks nice. Gold going higher. Finally. Gold has... oh, man. I own gold. I have some gold stocks. I have a gold ETF. And also in silver. But my lordy, it has been a headache. Let's look at gold real quick. The world is in theory on freaking fire. We have a high inflation, higher than the or at least as high as the 70s, and you know, we have wars going on. We have the central bank rising the interest rates. Shit hits the fan, And still, the safe haven of the world is not acting like a safe haven. Matter of fact, you can see we had 4 freaking blood diamonds here on the chart. Now, I have shown this chart already multiple times before, and we have this important diagonal white support line coming in that has been support and resistance multiple times. You want to see this hold. It looks like we are maybe kind of making a little bit of a W pattern. That would be nice. But actually, what looks even juicier, what looks even better, is that this just made a bullish divergence where the price makes a new low and the momentum wave is going higher. Money flow not following yet, view up not following yet. But if it is a bullish divergence, it's a bullish divergence. Now, gold doesn't move exactly always with the markets, doesn't move with crypto, doesn't always move with the S&P of NASDAQ. I do feel like it moves back in the days, as in when we had the credit crisis, and yes, I'm old enough to live through that period of time. I really felt like when the stock markets were going down, gold was going up, and it was really acting like a safe haven. And we see a lot of decoupling right now, so I really feel like it's just been lacking really the power and the pace to go higher. Because I'm just thinking, how much shit do you want to see in the world before this puppy starts pumping up? And also the fact that we made a double top here exactly at 2070 kind of concerns me, exactly that same price level. Yeah, I have no idea. You could also say, you know what, this is a great buying opportunity. We have much more upside to go based on this chart, because the charts may be run behind on the facts, so therefore there could be a lot of upside there in the. But so far, gold is a little bit lagging on the rest of the charts in the economy. Let's quickly look at oil, where I don't know which chart I've been using so far. This is not the one. I think this is the one. Yeah, so oil going down a little bit, taking a little bit of a breather here on the daily. Has to be said, it is a lower high right here. Do I think the top is in? No, absolutely not. Shit still hitting the fan when it comes down to countries' inflation, supply chain. We're still having a lot of problems. Oil is not going anywhere. Matter of fact, I think we're going to see higher prices than we're going to see lower. Yes, here and just on the market side of B, money flow is going down, momentum waves going lower, RSI pointing lower. So there is maybe some downwards action to be expected. Yeah, I think definitely prices, when you are filling up your gasoline, I think definitely price at the end of the year will be much higher again, and we will break this top right here. I already heard some stories about some gas stations in the United States that need to redesign their signs because it doesn't fit $10 a gallon. In Europe, a liter have been 250, between 250 and €3. That's a lot of money. That's a pack of milk. So I know in the States you have different measurements, but I don't know exactly how many liter a gallon is, but believe me, it's a lot of money. Yeah, this will just as long as, like I said, the Feds keep rising the interest rates, we have supply chain problems and high inflation. That oil will also be a safe haven for traders. Yeah, I think that will definitely continue. Let's quickly check one more time for BTC. Have we chosen direction yet? We are going higher. Told you, baby. I told you, do not jump in a short yet. I told you. We have not seen the move yet. Aaron saying gas is near $10 in the Bay Area, $7 in LA. Yep, I think we're going to see it. $10 a gallon. I think it's going to happen. Alrighty. Now it's getting interesting. We are having a green dot here on the momentum wave. Money flow is now coming up. Now's the moment of truth. Are we going to break higher? And then I want to see volume. If not, then we might get our swing fill pattern and going lower. So far on the volume, look at here, look at the volume. Look at this volume, it's going lower. It's going lower. We are setting up, I think, for a big move. Usually, if the volume drops down like this, then we are setting ourselves up for a big move. Okay. Damn it. All right, guys, I almost need to cut stream, but this is freaking exciting. Come on, baby. Bump pump or dump. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Small trading range, 1.2% in the last hour. Not a lot. Dollar index is going down. Let's see if BTC starts pumping. All right. We are seeing that the RSIs are pinched together. They are pointing upwards. We have a green dot right here. We have the money flow going a little bit higher. We have the VWAP going a little bit higher. We might get a move to the upside, and we even then might set ourselves up for a bearish divergence. That actually would be nice. Look at this. Then we would have not only a bearish divergence on the 10 minutes, but also on the smaller time frames. That is what you want to see. You want to see confirmation on multiple time frames before you are entering your trade. Look at this. This looks nice so far. Not saying that we will get there, but this looks good. I'm going to wait for this. I will stay with you and I will not cut the stream. Let's first check how this goes. 10 minutes. Are we still? Yeah, 10 minutes. If we are creating a red and a green dot, but like if we're just measuring, then we saying, you know what, we're having our bearish divergence here on the 10 minutes. So far, momentum waves, it is confirmed. Let's say this momentum wave will not spike much higher like this. Then this looks good. The money flow is thick though. The money flow is still coming up. We want to see the money flow confirming as well. The money flow needs to go lower. As I told you earlier, if this money flow stays high, then I think that this bearish divergence will not play out. I have burned my fingers too many times on this, where the momentum waves and then suddenly go lower and then just bang going higher because the money flow is there, and then the bearish divergence is also gone, and then your whole scenario is out the window and you're getting stopped out. The VWAP is going lower. That looks good, but this kind of concerns me for our scenario of a swing fill pattern and then going lower. That is a bit of a bummer. Six minute, the money flow is coming down. You see that, guys? So far, so good for our short idea. 3 minute. 3 minute money flow is coming in quite drastically, but we could also still make a bearish divergence here. This would be nice. Come on, pump up, baby. Let us see what you want to do, and then let's just turn this bitch around and make some money. God damn. The dollar index going lower. Now we need to see the move. Come on. We are hitting that support level right here, as you can see. I mean, I can also draw it out for you, but you can see it has been support multiple times here for the dollar index. Yes, we're looking at the 5 minutes, so it is a very micro time frame. But if we are breaking it, then I think BTC will go higher. If we start to bounce off again, then we might need to have a little bit more patience. Oil then going higher. Looks good. Oil pumping. Oil pumping. Whew. 1% on oil. Let's go. Dollar index going lower. BTC not pumping yet. We are waiting for that pump. Come on. Give us a 0.5% or 1% and then just drop down. That will be our confirmation. I'm thinking I might put in already a order for myself. Not yet. Do I have my account open? Yes, I do. On the 1 minute though, on the 1 minute, uh, you see that we are usually these are the patterns where you go like higher, higher, a little bit lower, making a new high, then just kind of curving, and then suddenly, and then just going higher and then breaking this high right here. Again, this on the 1 minute. Don't stare too much on these 1 minutes; you also get burned. Look at this, woo, baby. Maybe the smaller time frames are bleeding over to the big ones. That would be nice. Look at this, nice, baby. Money flow going to the downside on the 1 minute. And we have momentum waves making lower highs, and we have our price going higher. Okay, that would be nice. 3 minutes. Don't really yet. What is our dollar index doing? Ah, come on. Come on. 9. Yeah, please. Just freaking break through now. Come on. Break to our support right now. Make BTC pump, baby. No, no, no. I don't know, guys. This dollar index might find support here again for the 28th time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right. What can we make out of this? Well, it's everything a little bit. It's a little bit of everything. My lordy. Getting a red dot. Money flow might be curving down, as you can see. Not confirmed yet. Guys, I will be cutting the live stream soon. How long are we live streaming? An hour and 20 minutes. My lord, time really does pass by when you're having fun. I'm having a good time. I don't know about you guys, but I am having a good time. If you haven't subscribed yet, ladies and gentlemen, we're on our quest to 100 subs for the month of June. Invite your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, your grandma, your grandpa, your nephew of 5 that usually looks at games. I don't know who. I don't care who. We're gonna go for 100 subs at the month of June. Let's see if we can reach that. If Bitcoin doesn't reach our levels, then at least let's try to hit this target, people. 100 subs for the month of June. Let's try to do it. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Leave everything you want to know in the chat. Definitely try to check out some of the other videos. Most important video that I've made in a long time is this video right here. BTC Buyer. Follow me on Twitter and yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, now I want to see it. I want to say you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are in the descriptions. And I think we also have deposit bonus. Yeah, I think we joined the deposit bonus army on YouTube. And yes, there we go. Let's go. Is the dollar index? Yes, we are breaking support. Let's go, baby. Let's go. This is it. It looks good. This looks good for a short trade. All right, guys. Dollar index, don't be a fake out now. Come on, baby. Don't do this. Don't do this. Come on. Come on. We're looking at the dollar index. 1 minute. Looks like it wants to go lower. Actually, what we want to see then for our scenario is that this breaks, like we're seeing right now, big fake out, and then it just starts to pump higher again, because that will make, in theory, BTC do this when the dollar index dumps, and then BTC do this when dollar index starts pumping again. That will create our perfect setup for a short position. We do already have some bearish divergence on multiple time frames. 3 minutes, bearish divergence. Money flow not coming down yet. View of going higher. That is something that I find tricky. I don't like that. 6 minutes. I think we also already, 6 minutes. And then we have bearish divergence. That looks good. 10 minutes. We still have our bearish divergence. Money flow still not coming down. This could also 20 minutes. There could still be our bearish divergence. Don't really have that big pump in our golden pocket. I mean, yes, we reached it. 21,700 on this spike. It's a little bit on the lower side of our golden pocket. We are thick in our box where we said golden pocket and string failure pattern. That is nice, but we haven't really done this. Boom, up, lower. And then with the money flow supporting this, that might be a little bit concerning. Then thinking, maybe there is more room to go. And then we get this painful kind of grind up. If you're long, of course, great. But if you're waiting for your really perfect short setup, then you're just waiting. And suddenly you're looking back and you're like, my God, we pumped up so much. I wish I went long. So that is sometimes how it works. Doing? You are going lower. So far we're getting confirmed. Okay, money flow on the 1 minute going lower. Okay, so I think maybe this needs a little bit more time to mature. I am going to cut off the stream, guys. Well, let's do this again ASAP. I like it. Hope you guys like it too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know what you think. Also try to check out some of the other videos. And really, just let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see alts? Do you want to see more crypto, less crypto, other markets? Just let me know what you want to see. And then we'll have a look at it soon. Again, one more summary on the 1 minute. This looks good for a short position. We have the money flow coming down. We have the momentum waves going lower. Yeah, this looks good if you're just trading on the 1 minute. Let's quickly check one more time on the 3 minutes what we have there. Bearish divergence on the momentum waves, price going higher. So far, that looks good. We have a red dot. We have one swing into our important golden pocket, but the money flow is still saying that there is more room to the upside. So that is something that needs to change for me if I wanna put in a short. On the 6 minute, now we're starting to pump up again. This red dot might disappear then on the candle. The money flow, if it starts to if this starts to reverse to the upside, then it doesn't look that good. You want to see actually that money flow going lower. You want to see it in red. The RSIs are still pinched together on the top. Usually spend some time there before they are going lower. There we go. We're getting a little bit of an extra move up now. This is, of course, a little bit confusing. 1 to 10 minutes, we said earlier, well, we have a bearish divergence. We still have it, but look at this. Red dot, green dot, red dot. So that's a little bit confusing if you're trading it. Yeah, what the hell? Make a move, make your decision, let's go. This is a little bit, yeah, something's a little bit how it goes. Money flow is still thick in the green. We are pumping now up back into the golden pocket. What is the dollar index doing? Lower. That money flow concerns me. I'm not going to lie. That money flow concerns me. The rest says we might go lower, but the money flow says, 15 minutes. Here, the 15 minute, we could say, you know what, the money flow here has been topping out, going lower. If this momentum wave, then we maybe need to wait one more candle. Is then rolling over. That would be very nice. This is a little bit shit and just crap. Is that we have a few small time frames, the 1 minute, the 3 minute saying we're going lower, and then we have a 10 minute saying like, well, there's still a lot of money in the money flow, so we could go higher, and then we have the 15 minutes saying the money flow could go lower again. So then within these time frames, we have different different outcomes or different stories that they're telling, and that's sometimes a little bit hard then to take the trade. Okay, guys, I will be monitoring the price probably on my phone. I really need to run right now. Thank you guys again for joining in. I loved it. Aaron, thank you. Wave Cipher, everyone else who was here. I really appreciate it. Hoopers, thank you so much for joining in. Sean as well. I know that you're always also looking at my other videos and other stuff. So definitely thank you guys so much for the dedication and subscribing and liking and commenting. I always look at every comment that has been placed on the YouTube video. So thank you guys so much again. Also definitely check out my Twitter. I know that I've been posting more trading memes lately than serious stuff, but well, in times like these, you also need to be able to have a laugh, right? That's important. So yeah, all right, guys. I'm really running off now. There was a stream of an hour and a half. Hope you enjoyed it, and definitely leave me some feedback. Love you all, and see you guys very, very soon again in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.